Hey everybody, it's Christine up today for the scrap room with the newest kit. This one is from the DoubleShot kit, and I am using the My Mind's Eye page kit. Lots of really pretty spring colors in this month's DoubleShot kit. You can see that I am using the base cardstock that came in it, which is kind of a real subtle gray with just a tint of brown to it. And I only say the brown is obvious because when you put it up against this buffalo plaid, you can see that it's not blue gray, it's more of a brown gray. Nevertheless, it works really nicely for the background. Kind of a spring farmhouse feel is the vibe I got from this collection. So I used this yellow paper in the background. I just tore it, and I'm going to use that just straight across the middle. And then you can see I cut out some diamonds from the buffalo plaid, and as you also saw, I pulled up the edges to give some dimension. I am going to scrap some pictures of my husband and daughter in just a candid, cute moment. And I have gone ahead and matted those with a white cardstock. Now you can also see that I have fussy cut out some flowers. Those are on the back side of one of the papers, which is why I didn't use a lot of the yellow, because they are the back side of the yellow. And so although I wanted to combine the two, I needed to make sure I had enough of the flowers to also make it work. If you have both, if you have two of the sheet, no big deal. But if you don't, sometimes it's good to stretch your creativity that way. How can I still incorporate both parts that I want to and make the design work? Now, right now, what I'm kind of trying to figure out is which picture I want where. One of them she's smiling in and one of them she's looking down. And so I'm just debating which one I want to really be the top photo and which one I want to be the side one. Then I'm going to go ahead and get those secured on there, and I will get the flowers on there as well. As I said, the flowers are fussy cut. This page kit comes with some chipboard embellishments, and the chipboard embellishments have some words, they have some icons, but also the floral papers in this page kit are great for embellishing. And that is just one of my favorite things about patterned papers, making them work both ways. And of course, with paper tearing being such a huge trend right now, it makes it even more versatile as an embellishment because I'm using the paper in such unique ways that it makes it just go all that much more far instead of just being one more part. You can see like the patterned paper in this one, I use the tearing to be a big part of my layout, but I also pulled up those edges to make the diamond a big part of my layout. Now, within the chipboard, there wasn't a great title piece and there wasn't cut apart cards. So this is one of the times where I did go into my stash and figure out what to use for my title. Often, if I don't have it, within the kit, I like to go to my old ScrapRoom drawer. And what I do is when I finish a page, I stick all my embellishments that are left over in there to use for future titles, future embellishments as I need them. As you are probably aware of, the ScrapRoom kits come with patterned papers and some embellishments. And they give you a taste of this collection, but sometimes you need a little bit of extra. I would say not very often, 75% of the time, I don't need anything else. But every once in a while you do. And so that is where this comes in. So I just use some white cardstock and cut out the words you and me. I knew I wanted a really delicate title. I knew I wanted it to be meaningful to the pictures. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is pull in some more diamonds. Again, I'm just cutting these from that really pretty gray buffalo plaid paper. I loved that paper, but I knew it was too busy to be a base papers. I've got flowers, and I didn't want the title to take away from any of those. Work it in without having it be overwhelming. So I cut that big triangle that you see in the background, eye-catching part, and then I cut my goal today. Smaller triangle just to get it, and this one here at the bottom really was to get it on there and just have it. And then I cut a medium-sized one, and that is going to go up there at the top. And for each one of those, I am tucking some flowers onto it. I am also adding some chipboard elements onto it. And really pretty simple and straightforward, but just adding some different textures and dimensions throughout. On all 3 of my diamonds, I did pull up the edges. That is a technique I have been trending to a lot lately. If I'm not tearing, I am pulling up the edges to create some texture. And if you have no idea what I mean by that, rewind back and watch me in the very beginning where I was pulling up the edges of the diamond, as well as just go back a couple videos because I have been doing it a lot lately. Doesn't require any additional adhesive, none of that, just simply manipulating the paper, if you will. Now you can see I've got my chipboard sheet out and I am adding a few little last details on here, but we are basically done. And you can see what I mean. It does have a bit of a farmhouse feel to it as well as a nice spring feel to it. Very light, very pretty. I never would have bought this collection on my own. However, I loved playing with it, and I think this actually might be one of my favorite layouts this month from the kit. So definitely loved it. I am going to do one more detail here, and that is I'm going to add some little peekaboo spots. Again, tearing my paper, pulling up a little section of it, and then just tucking some of that yellow paper behind it to create that peekaboo look. If you have a chance and you haven't already, head on over to the scrap room, check out the kits. Since it's a brand new month, they won't be sold out yet, but she does regularly sell out of them. You can check out the DoubleShot kit, which has 2 page kits. She also has the Flavors of the Month kit, which has 4. So you could get up to 6 brand new collections each month to play with. You get patterned papers, you get embellishments, you can also add on additional kits. So there are lots of options there of things to do and give you a taste of what it's like to play with a collection, and maybe some of those collections you wouldn't buy. Honestly, this month's kits, between the Flavors of the Month and the DoubleShot kit, I probably would have bought only one of those in store. So the others that I've gotten to play with have been great fun, and I have been pleasantly surprised, like this one, that I enjoyed it as much as I did and liked playing with those softer colors and patterns than I normally do. So be sure to head over there, mention my name if you do, so that she knows where you came from. And that is it. I hope you have a great start to your week. Hopefully spring is starting to show up where you are at. I know it's definitely starting to show up here in Ohio, and we will see you later on in the week. Thanks so much for being here.